Welcome back, Star Wars fans, to episode 94 of Reynolds Reviews. And on today's episode, we've got a gift donation from Nick and his son Jackson. And recently, something pretty special's happened. Take it away, Jackson.
Here in the march!
Welcome back, everyone. Now, like I said in the intro, today we're going to take a look at a package sent in by Nick. You may know him better as the Vintage Action Man fan, and his son Jackson. And Jackson apparently is one of my newest and now my most favourite viewer. Fantastic job of that intro, Jackson. Well done, buddy. So Nick contacted me in the last couple of weeks. We had a little bit of a chat. It's the first time we spoke one-to-one, and by the end of the conversation he explained that he'd like to send me a little bit of a gift donation just as a thank you for the channel and the content. But during the course of that conversation I also found out that in the last few weeks Nick has done something pretty amazing for me. Check this out.
Someone is in the chat saying hello to Reynolds Reviews. And I want to do a shout out to Reynolds Reviews because one of the patrons of the channel sent me a couple of messages today and said, look, sorry to disturb you. I hope you don't mind me sending the message, but if you're looking for some like up and coming YouTube channels to maybe collaborate on with Iconicon next year, you need to check out Reynolds Reviews. And he sent me a link to one of his videos. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. He's an English guy, does a lot of Star Wars content, and he just has this genuine great personality.
Just like you.
No.
Yeah, like that.
No, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm going to hit subscribe. I'm going to go back and watch some of his back catalogue of content.
I'm listening, Tony.
So while I've seen him in the chat here, because I know it's I'm assuming he's UK because he sounds very English and looks very English, and if he is English, that makes him way cooler than anyone else.
Tony.
Yeah, Luke is just across the channel from me somewhere.
Yeah. I know you just.
Is that his name, Luke?
Yep.
Perfect. Well, Luke, I'm really pleased that you're here. A patron of my channel sent me some links to tell me to go and watch some of your videos, and I did, and I really liked them. So I want to watch a lot more of your videos, and maybe you'll get an invite to Iconicon next year. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it happens. Yeah.
Now, I just jumped into Tony's live stream that day because me, Rachel and Connor were going out for the day. I had the day off work. They were still getting ready, so I thought I would just catch 10-15 minutes of the stream while I was waiting. And then to hear my name mentioned, to hear that Tony had checked out the channel on the recommendation of one of his Patreons, that he enjoyed what he saw and intended to subscribe, was just mind-blowing. Even one further then, to hear him start talking about potentially invites to Iconicon next year, even things like Pala Talk, was just staggering. So, Nick, not only am I grateful for the gift donation, I am extremely grateful for the recommendation. The fact that you think the channel and the content is worth mentioning to someone like Tony was absolutely mind-blowing to me. So thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough for that. Okay, so now that's been said, let's go see what Nick has sent us. Okay, so let's see what Nick has been very, very generous to send us. We'll be very careful, Nick, don't worry. Has that got it? Yep, there we go. Okay. So we have a note to Luke. Let's have a quick check, just make sure there's nothing sensitive in there. Okay, I think we're good. So it says, "Hi Luke, loving your videos." Well, thank you, Nick, I appreciate that. "Here are a couple of bits I think will go well with your collection. The picture was given to me but sat in a drawer. It's a print of work done by a local artist. Sorry I don't know his name. The figure, feel free to keep on the card or open. Your toy, your rules. All the best, Nick. P.S. Share the sweets with your missus." Whoa, sweets? Well, no promises there, Nick. I think the task will be keeping it off Connor, not Rachel, but thank you, my friend. Sweets, let's have a look. Okay, so I'll put that notes in my little box where I keep all my notes. Very important. Keep every note that I get. Okay, so let's have a look. Loads of packing as usual. Collectors sending collectors. We say it all the time, don't we? Get that. Oh, now then. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's start with, look at them. 4-pack of Whispers. Now, I don't know if you know this, Nick, Whispers are actually my favourite chocolate bar. Now, whether it's Whisper Gold, love Whisper Gold, and I think Marky D put something on social media the other day of a Whisper Gold hazelnut, I think it was. But you cannot beat the original Whispers. So they were good. I'm very well. Can't promise I'll share them, Nick. I will be honest with you. I might even hide them, but oh, beautiful. Thank you. What else have we got? Ah, now then. We have got the Mandalorian in the retro collection. Now, I'll go into a little bit more detail a bit later in the video about these. Now, this is my very first Mandalorian retro collection figure, and there is a reason behind that. Not necessarily that I don't like them. I've always liked them. I just didn't buy them for a particular reason. But that is fantastic. My very first retro collection Mandalorian figure. That looks great. So thank you, Nick. And finally, very interested to see this. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. My God. That is exceptional. Thank you, Nick. I absolutely love that. What an amazing image. That needs a frame. Oh God, I've got so many pictures now that I need to frame. I've got no wall space, but there is a little bit of wall space in the, not in the base. It's somewhere else in the house. I'm hoping to plant the seed with Rachel and get some pictures up. I don't know if I'll manage it though, but that is fantastic. Wow. Okay, so let's go get these back on the table without the box and everything. We'll take a closer look. Okay, now you may be wondering straight away why I've got Boba Fett from the retro collection on the table, and he's just there to help me make a point. Now, I've got the Star Wars retro collection line, I've got the full line of Empire Strikes Back retro collection, I've got Moff Tarkin, and I've also got Snowspeeder Luke. The reason why I don't own a single Mandalorian retro collection figure until now is because by the time I got the Empire Strikes Back line, I'd already got myself excited and geared up for the Return of the Jedi line, which I assumed would be next. I'd already started to allow myself to think, are we going to get a new Jedi Luke? Will we get a new Boushh Leia? Will we get a new Skiff Lando? And then I found out they were releasing the Mandalorian next. And I got a little bit upset simply because, one, I'd got geared up for Jedi. Two, I was a little bit confused how you could do a modern line and modern characters as part of the retro collection, because my understanding was the retro collection was to celebrate the vintage 96 figures. So how can you do modern figures and current figures, current characters in a retro collection? However, I think that's the only reason why I'd not bought them, because I do like them. I just got geared up for Jedi and I think I was a little bit upset by that. But I do like them a lot. Now, the reason why I like retro collection as a whole, if you can detach yourself from the dodgy cards, detach yourself from all this silly weathering and the big red sticker, the reason why I love them is they give everybody the opportunity to own this guy as you would have seen him on the shelf back in the day. Now, we're not all privileged enough to be able to afford original carded figures now because they're a lot of money. So what I love about the retro collection is the fact that they give you the opportunity, no matter what your financial status is, to own a Boba Fett or a Luke Bespin on the card that you would have seen back in the day. Now, I know they're not from the 70s and 80s, they're a modern figure, but if you can't afford the high-end stuff and the original carded stuff, like me, these give you the opportunity to own a Boba Fett on a card and still give you that nostalgic kick that you need. I'm very lucky. I only have one original vintage carded figure, and I'm very lucky that I got that as a gift from Matt over at Universal Collector. Thank you again, Matt. Unbelievable gift. I absolutely love it. But like I say, I do like the Mandalorian retro collection. So let's just take a look. Now, this is my very first one, and I've got to admit, having looked at it a bit closer, I think it's fantastic. I love how they've adapted the modern character into a vintage style figure. I think the image on the card is fantastic. I think we're going to leave the retro sticker on because I've left them on my Empire Strikes Back wave. I did take them off my Star Wars wave. They don't offend me as much as they once did. If I'm honest, I'm quite happy to leave them on. But I think that figure is amazing. They've got the sculpt great. I love the helmet. Got that vinyl cape, very much like Vader. We've got his rifle and his blaster. yeah, I think they're a great line, really. I think I just didn't buy them because I was too busy having a tantrum over Jedi. But I know Jedi will come. But yeah, I really do like it. And I intend to get the full wave, without a doubt. So the back of these retro collection figures are always the same. Tons and tons of legal jargon in a million different languages. So, I mean, I don't really know why they couldn't just put the rest of the wave on there, all the figures on the back. And the strange thing is, I believe all that information is duplicated on the piece of paper that's inside. I mean, that could have gone under the feet as well rather than stuck out like that. But yeah, I really do like it. So thank you again, Nick. I love this guy. I'll certainly be picking up the rest of the wave. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Okay, so let's go take a look at the Boba Fett print that Nick was also generous enough to send. Now look at that for an image. That is an absolutely stunning image of Boba Fett. I may have said once or twice on the channel that this is my favourite character. I think I've said that the odd time. But look at that for a picture. Now I've got a few pictures ready to go up. The problem is I've got no wall space left in the base. However, I've got a couple of pictures kindly sent in by Chris Smith, and I've got another Boba Fett picture that Rachel bought me a couple of Christmases ago. And to be honest, there's a run of wall space up a flight of stairs just outside the base, and all four pictures, to be fair, would be framed lovely and staggered just up diagonally up the run of the stairs. I don't think I'll get lucky enough to get them up there. There's a little bit of a problem with that, and she's not a small problem. But I am going to plant the seed and hope it grows. But just look at that for an image. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. That famous emblem on his shoulder armour there. He's got his rocket on his gauntlets, the flamethrower, famous EE3 blaster. That is a stunning image. Wow. I'm definitely going to get that in a frame and try and get that up in the... I was going to say up in the base. I don't think I'll get it up in the base. I'm going to try and get it up in the house somewhere. We'll see if Rach goes for it. But that is a fantastic image. Thank you again, Nick. I am so pleased and so humbled with your gifts. I really am. And just appreciate that you're enjoying the channel and enjoying the content. So yeah, thank you again, buddy. Let's go take a look at everything Nick sent in together. And there we go, everyone. Now look at that for a gift donation box. So thank you again, Nick. I'm blown away by this. Absolutely love it. I really am pleased. But also, huge thank you to you, Jackson. You did an amazing job of that intro. I couldn't have done Cue the March better myself. So thank you, Jackson. You are my newest and now most favourite viewer. And also, keep an eye out for the postman next week. There might be something coming just for you. So yeah, thank you again, Nick. Look at that Boba Fett print. I'm so pleased with that. I'm going to have a reshuffle in the base, try and get that framed and up in the base, somewhere near the Boba Fett shelf. I think it will look fantastic. My very first Mandalorian retro collection figure, absolutely love it. We're definitely picking up the rest of the wave. I love the fact that they've got that current character adapted into a vintage style figure. I think they've done a fantastic job of that, so definitely going to pick up the rest of the wave. And also, Nick, thank you for the whispers. Cannot guarantee that they won't be getting hidden. I'm not always great at sharing my sweets, I've got to be honest, so I would like to enjoy them with a nice cup of tea, so I really do appreciate it. But also, just before I finish, I want to say thank you again, Nick, for the recommendation to Tony Analog Toys. I'm absolutely blown away by that, still am, that you feel enough about the channel and the content, that you feel you wanted to do that recommendation for me, so thank you again. I cannot thank you enough for that. So yeah, there we go, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and giving me a shot. I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if you're one of my existing subscribers and existing viewers, thank you for sticking with me, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. I try to read everyone's comments and get back to everybody. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you next time.